And here we are. What's up, everybody? We are live here across a few different audiences. My personal LinkedIn, we got the Clarity YouTube and the Clarity Twitter. It's good to be back here with you. My name is Logan, and I am on a mission to implement decentralized governance into the fabric of society. And I wanted to make this live because I've been gone a while. I took one of the first vacations I've taken in the last 3 years while getting this project up and off the ground. And in the time that I was gone, a lot of amazing things happened. So I wanted to share the updates. The first thing that I want to share about is some, personal just goals of mine. And I made these goals a long time ago, and I think it just helps give good insight to the backbone of Clarity, to the culture we've built, and just who I am as well. And one of my biggest life goals is to live a life that's interesting enough to write a book about. So while I was traveling, I got to reread Shoe Dog, a book from Phil Knight. And man, this story, it makes you think about, he has this quote where it's actually on the floor of the Stanford for GSB, and it's, I can't tell you which is more, I can't tell you which path is more fun, but I can tell you which one is more interesting. And he's alluding to the risk he took to be an entrepreneur. He was selling shoes for years and years and years, and eventually he made a revolutionary company. He took so many risks, and that's why I stopped being a professional soccer player to pursue entrepreneurship, because I think there's something bigger out there, something bigger than being a professional athlete that we as a community and me personally can accomplish. And I think decentralized governance, blockchain, crypto, all of these buzzwords you hear are going to be a huge part of what's coming and the next, kind of revolution. And I think we have an opportunity for it to be a peaceful revolution as well. So the second goal, this is just kind of one I need to talk about less, but it's to help the United States win a World Cup. I love soccer. I love the World Cup. I think it brings the world together. I love the sport. I love the just competitive nature in general, and that's the other one. So the big thing to talk about here is what's going on with Clarity. There's a ton of different things going on with Clarity. There's new product updates I'm going to show you. One thing that I want to talk about is just before we get into all those updates is my trip in history, and how when I was in France and in Paris, surrounded by all of these palaces built by kings, and went to Versailles. um, I was really hit with this sense of history and how things, even when they seem like they will never change, they will change. The only thing constant is change. And that's what I think we need to keep in our head as we keep driving adoption of DAOs, of blockchain, of crypto. Is, it's not going to be easy. Change is never easy. Revolutions are never easy. But I think that's what we're working on. We see, these evil institutions that have all of this control, whether it's a monopoly on data or they can print money like crazy with no consequences, seemingly. These are these opaque operating structures of these large corporations that have outsized influences on all of us. I think those are the power structures that blockchain can come in and disrupt. And I think that the larger humanity and everything will be better off for it. So, with that being said, one thing that's going on with Clarity right now is Japan. So, recently, Japan passed a bunch of DAO laws to make it easy to launch a DAO in Japan, to be an entrepreneur and start one of these new types of businesses in Japan without having to worry about it like you have to in the United States right now. If you want to start a DAO in the United States, I've been through it. It's not fun. You got to think about, oh, should I use this legal wrapper, this legal wrapper, this legal wrapper? What are the pros and cons of this? Is it, what even is a DAO? How is, this, is it going to be considered a security or a utility? All this type of stuff. You got to think about a lot of stuff. So Japan's making it easy for entrepreneurs. So Justin, my co-founder, you guys probably know him. If you don't, we've been friends since we were pretty little, and he's in charge of product at Clarity. He's in Japan right now, and he's talking to the people that helped pass this legislation. Clarity is one of the tools that the Japanese kind of leadership is taking on, and we've sent them all the audits of the code and all of this type of thing. And this is going to be one of the solutions that is able to be used for entrepreneurs in Japan to create compliant DAOs right off the get-go. So that process, we'll continue to do more with them and learn more about the legislation, make tweaks to the platform, and all of that stuff with them. But that's one of the really exciting things going on. One of the other really exciting things going on is NYCFC. So I'm actually going to be talking to NYCFC tomorrow. We'll put that as a YouTube video for everyone to see. We'll be talking to one of their business operations guys about what are they trying to do with the DAO for their fan base. What type of incentives will they be? How will they get people in it? This catalyst proposal we have out, we're gonna have the person from the partnership organization on answering questions, giving a presentation so that the larger community can actually see, oh, this is legit. Okay, so it is a legit proposal. We are going to be building a DAO on Cardano for a very legitimate football club, soccer club, whatever you want to call it, to organize and activate their fan base, which is super cool. What else is cool? Impact City. So this is a nonprofit that is going to use Clarity for a grant system. So this is actually a youth soccer club. They have teams in South Florida, they have teams in North Carolina and Arizona and Southern California and St. Louis, Missouri. And they're going to start a grant system. So all of the parents and the people that are involved in the South Florida region can actually donate and control their donations, say where they go. So another very cool use case of Clarity coming to fruition, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So let's kind of take a look at it here. Since I got back, there's just a lot of updates to the product that I'm gonna kind of click through here. I've briefly looked at them, but haven't gone into depth. So it may not be perfectly smooth here, but bear with me. But just look, there's all these different DAOs. We got all these different use cases. There's a meme coin. There's a literal school. There's a marketing agency. There's a really cool DeFi protocol testing it out. There's another meme coin. There's an Oracle provider. There's climate stuff. There's a community startup fund. I don't even know what most of these are. There's a gaming studio. There is a real estate purchasing DAO. There is a DAO sending people on international missions. Okay, so DAOs, no, wow, there's a lot here. One bug we have to fix is these profile pictures aren't showing up. So I know it doesn't look great, but we're working on it. Sunday Swap is using it for their treasury as well. I mean, there's so many different use cases. So DAOs are finding these roots in all these different verticals. And Clarity is helping people realize that, hey, you can use a DAO, you can use a DAO, everyone can use a DAO, right? So, because at the end of the day, what a DAO does is it makes the community around your organization or around your project more tuned in, more organized, have more actual ownership. It's a very good organizational structure to implement, even if it's at part of your organization and not like the core part for these legacy organizations. It's good for, fan engagement, for example. So that's really cool. So let's look at one new thing that maybe I haven't talked to on a live stream is the DAO dashboard. So what you can see is we have this dashboard that takes on-chain data and it shows it here. So if you're an Agora DAO on Clarity, you can see your treasury size, you can see how many token holders you have, you can see how many votes there are, and all that type of stuff. And then we scroll down, we can see other stuff. So we can see the total value locked. Is it going up, even down? You can see how many organizations are tracked. So right now it looks like there are 92 organizations on Clarity. This is how many unique voters there are on Clarity. This is how many unique proposal creators there are. This is how many Agora proposals have been made. So you can see all these different things. This was actually a Fund 9 Catalyst proposal that we're in the process of closing out. It is way behind schedule, but we never stopped building, and took a while to be able to access the on-chain data and actually have real people using it. So that's one of the pretty cool updates. Now let's head to the admin tab here. I think there's a good amount of updates to this that admins have different controls now. They have more controls. There's social integration. So let's take a look at this. So With these social integrations, I'm going to show you the meat and bones of what they do for automatically approving a incentive. So you don't have to like keep approving, oh, if someone retweeted our tweet, you get points. So you keep approving it. It does it automatically now, which is pretty sweet. But the first social integration thing is, so we connect our Twitter, we connect our Discord. So now this organization knows like this is our Twitter, this is our Discord. And then now you can link things that happen with this Twitter for automatic approval. Or you can have an announcement channel where the announcement gets sent directly to a channel in your Discord of a proposal being created, a deadline being hit, or a result happening. You can do that as well. You can configure rewards. That's been there. And then this is new. This is also very important, and it's very important for driving real world adoption. So this is access. So as one knows, or I'll show you this right after this, so it all makes sense. But the access is okay. You can gate who can view your DAO. So before it's like okay, anyone could see what's going on in every DAO, yada yada yada. But now from this little page here, you can say no. Only members of our DAO are able to view governance items. Only members of our DAO are able to vote on governance items. View membership stats, that type of stuff. So you can gate all that. Super easy to do. Just change everything here. So membership, that is a concept that is very important for DAOs to enter into the real world. So you can have some things that you can configure as an admin and say, hey, if this person is going to be a member, they need to have at least one voting power. You configure the voting power. It could be holding a token. It could be, all sorts of things. Or you can say they have to verify their email, or they have to sign this document. So you can say what dictates someone being a member. And then you can say, only if you're a member can you view governance actions, that type of thing. So I think that's a big step in driving, real world adoption of DAOs, is having the ability to gate what is happening or who is seeing the inner workings of the DAO. You can't just have it be everyone. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's take a look at the social integrations. So one cool thing is you can see with your DAO, you can see the leaders on your DAO. So the people who contribute the most and get the most. In Clarity's case, diamonds. For your DAO, maybe something different. So you get these points by completing quests. Here are all these different quests that people can complete. Create a thread on X about Clarity, make a post on X about Clarity, etc., etc. So check out when I add a quest as an admin. So if I want to add a quest and I want it to be automatically approved, so I don't have to come in and approve it, I can come here and I can say, retweet this tweet. And I can give 50 gems to the person who retweets it. All right, I can make a deadline, and then I can say the type. Is it a Twitter incentive request? Is it a Discord, or is it a manual? Manual means you would prove it as the admin. Discord means you would it would automatically be something to do with Discord and Twitter. So just so you know, we're at we're just scratching the surface with these social integrations. So there's not that many options. So say I wanted to do Twitter, and I could say a Twitter action. You get points for liking it, or you get points for retweeting it. So I'm gonna say retweet it, and then all I do is I would choose, which one. So we can do this one. We'll just do it live here. Retweet this live for gems. All right, and I'll make the deadline a week from now. All right, so now the tweet's in there, and then I can create this. I click add, and it sends this quest out. This is a content creation one, and if you retweet this, you will automatically be granted the diamonds, which is super cool. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, one other big update was this. So how do I explain it? I already did it, so the button's gone. But one thing that we had to do is like make it so you could link your profile, your staking address to your to some other key, because when you staked assets to an Agora DAO, your snapshot voting power would go away. So we had to build an indexer so you could see, how much of this token do you have staked in order to have snapshot voting power and Agora voting power. at the same time. So that's another thing you can do. So check out your profile. You'll be able to link your some sort of key. When you link it, it makes it so that when you stake your Agora assets, you'll also still have your snapshot voting power. So that's very important too. Other big things coming up is, I think we need to talk about the big governance action that passed, actually. So you'll see that the Clarity Treasury, it went down a little bit. That is because a proposal passed in order to fund the first year of the rewards program. Okay, so this is an allocation for the community. You can read about it here. So what happened was there was, let's see, where does it say? There was 113 million Clarity sent out to fund the first year of the rewards program. If you do the math, you might be pretty interested in Clarity. You know, these are very generous rewards to the community. It's because a DAO is nothing without the community. Like, if people are helping, you know, hold the token or provide liquidity or, you know, helping market Clarity, you're going to get rewarded, and you're going to get rewarded in a big way. So I would definitely recommend looking at this, understanding the rewards program, because this is no trivial amount. I believe it is about 10 million Clarity that get given out each month to these various different rewards buckets. There's a good video on YouTube that explains these different reward buckets and how it works. So definitely just educate yourself on that. If you're interested in DAOs, if you're interested in decentralization, if you're interested in, you know, putting in decentralized governance to get rid of these centralized powers that do bad things all the time, you know, Clarity is a project for you. So take a look at that. There'll be another Agora proposal soon, so that we move half of the DAO owned treasury. So all of our assets are in a smart contract that can only be spent via a community-wide governance proposal. So we're going to also have a proposal to give half of the DAO owned liquidity to the MinSwap pool as well, and see how the community votes there. The temperature check vote passed that as well. We'll have more coming out soon. And then, yeah, I think everyone always wants to talk about token. So, I mean, look, Clarity is not a short-term project. If you want to be interested in Clarity, it's a long-term thing. And the community we've attracted has shown that since token launch. We are just getting started. We are literally just getting started. If I'm going to live a life that's interesting enough to write a book about, this is going to have to be a successful project. So that's my motivation. I'm going to work my ass off to make sure DAOs get adopted, and thousands and millions and hopefully billions of people are using Clarity. So yeah, this is what it looks like. There's some red candles, there's some green candles, and we're not stopping. It doesn't really matter, this chart. What matters is what we're building and our mission to drive adoption of decentralized systems across industries. And, you know, we're very motivated to do so. One other thing that's coming up, shout out to Angel Finance. I'm going to be hopping on their Twitter space in a few days on Sunday. At 1 o'clock Eastern time. I'm not sure of the time conversions off the top of my head, but that is when it's happening. So I'll be excited to chat with them. They're a really cool, you know, community of people that trade and do cool stuff. So excited for that conversation. And yeah, guys, like I said, this is just the start of the journey. We're in a great spot. I think the product is at a spot where it's like, okay, we have these major things that we know need to stay, such as governance, membership, you know, community rewards and quests. And now we get to iterate within those big sections. So you can see these social integrations coming in, the automatic approval of stuff. You can see all these new types of ways that to actually build governance action. That's going to be a huge update that, you know, Justin and Adam have been working very hard on. A lot of thought has gone into that. We've talked to the community about it as well. So there's going to be a whole revamped system where you can have like a proposal where you get one vote if you're a member, and you can only use a certain NFT, and you can really have flexible governance. and stuff like that. So excited to share that. Pretty soon you'll be able to vote by stake delegation. So if you're a stake pool operator, you want to communicate with your community, you can say, you can have voting power based off stake and number of epochs, duration staked as well, is what I'm trying to say. So that's coming up. Oh, one thing that I want to mention, there's 48 people watching. So if any of your 48 people watching are interested in Catalyst or have experienced Catalyst, I have been a proposer and a builder in Cardano. And one thing that is just mind boggling to me right now with this new milestone thing is the amount of work you have to put in to get these things approved. Like we sent in, it's like a 2-page document that says exactly the steps we're going to take in order to build out this staking mechanism to have SPO community polling. And these approvers, they just keep denying. And the thing is, we're going to finish and have it live before this thing is approved and the first milestone is approved. So I don't know, maybe just some thoughts I wanted to put out there just as a community member and builder. I think a lot of great innovation is happening in Catalyst in general. That's just one thing where I'm like, I don't know. We're good actors. We keep trying to close out our proposals. Like they're asking for things that it's like people are already using this document to build this out, but they're still denying it. So just some thoughts from me about one very annoying thing. And I know I'm not really the only one that struggle with this, but I also understand how that's an important job, and keeping the integrity of the system is very important. So yeah, guys, like I said before, high level, why are we here? What is Clarity? Why are we doing this? It's because we believe that blockchain has to be the financial and identity and, value backbone for a future, an economy of the future, a fair economy of the future. If you look throughout history, all of these revolutions, as I walk through Versailles is just like this massive castle where a bunch of French kings lived. I was taken aback and I was like, why does one man have all this? And I think there's similar types of things brewing in our culture now. And I think that blockchain is the way that we can get a peaceful revolution where, hey, let's put this on top of a system that everyone can trust, that we know is transparent, that is decentralized. There's no boardroom that's gonna, do whatever they do. You have to have the consent of the governed. You have to be able to verify, not have to trust. There has to be a better source of truth, and that's why we're here. And we're doing that by making it easy to start DAOs, to start decentralized communities, to build trustworthy organizations, to be able to be parts of communities where you actually own something and you actually control it, and you actually have your influence, your say. And that's why we're doing this. So thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, find us on Twitter, cruise our Discord. We're happy to hang out, and we're just a group of people trying to drive adoption of decentralized systems. So take it easy, and I'll see you soon.